My name is Megan Scanlon. I'm the Executive Director of the Women and Family Life Center. We are one of the partners that put this event together. And so I just want to do some quick thanks because, as all of you know, none of us do this alone, even if Peter's role was just to be supportive. But in all seriousness, we had really great partners in this, and we could not have done this without them by our side. So I do want to just take a moment to acknowledge Lynn Landry from Guilford Youth and Family Services. I want to acknowledge Pete Savino from Branford Counseling and Community Services, Dave Malillo from Clinton Human Services, Scott Cochran, wherever you are, from Madison Youth and Family Services, and the Guilford Foundation for being a sponsor of this event. We would not have been able to do it without all of them. And I do want to say a special shout out to a woman that you probably have heard from, either through phone calls or emails. Dawn Jackson, our development director, has been running around putting up posters and getting them printed and making sure you had everything you needed to make today really special. So I do want to just give a shout out to her. She has done an amazing job, and Maribel Loda, our office manager, has helped with all of the logistics for this event. Anything that goes wrong is purely my fault. So, I want to give them a round of applause via Zoom for all the work that they've done. And so before we get into the program, which is the most important piece, and I'm very, very excited to have everybody here to celebrate all these great women and girls, I just want to say a few words. And that's really just to talk about why we're here. So this started out, as many of you started out, with an idea and a passion, and it really is very cool to see this come together. We recognized as agencies a need to lift female voices in the community, a need to recognize individuals that have been sort of on the front line helping do good work, but also the really hard work in the community that others certainly benefit from. And what is really exciting about this event, and I have to thank all the community because it would not have happened without the nominations that came in from the community. So this is a very community-driven event. It would not happen without people raising their hand and supporting other women and girls, and that is something that is near and dear to my heart. And the last thing I'll say before getting into the fun stuff is, I know I've had the opportunity, and all of you have the opportunity, to read a little bit about the honorees today. And what I think is really most interesting is that we all, especially during this time, I think can appreciate that we all come at whatever it is, the work that we're doing, from very different lived experiences. So some of you come at your work from adversity, some are coming from empathy, some are coming from passion for the work that you do. And I think that's a beautiful thing right now, because I think there's a lot of things that make us different, but I think what's unique about this event is that we're coming together to celebrate women and girls that have made an impact, and that's a shared value that I think we all have. And the last thing I will say before we get to the fun stuff is, we called it SHEro. We had a lot of debates about why, or what the name of this was going to be, and we ultimately chose SHEro. And it didn't actually even occur to me until this morning when I was getting ready that there's a bracelet that I wear every day, and I thought of every single one of the nominees as I was putting it on this morning, and it says, she needs a hero. She needed a hero, so that's what she became. And so for all of you that are being honored, I think you all needed that hero and decided that it was going to be you. And that, I think, is amazing. And I congratulate you for that, because I think the goal of this event is to then show other generations and other people that they can be the hero too, that if they see a problem or they see something that needs to be worked on, that they can actually do that work. So, so congratulations, I'm very excited. You'll have to entertain me for 2 more minutes because this is the only time in my life that I will be able to be like either Oprah or Ellen DeGeneres. We have 2 surprises. The first one being one of the honorees that you'll get to meet today is our very own program director, Wendy DeLuca from the Women and Family Life Center. And we do have a little bit of a surprise for her. So I don't know where she is on my screen, but I'm hoping that we can get the surprise delivered to her right now. Which, for those of you that can't see her,
it's happening.
It's happening. And she's getting flowers, hopefully from her great husband.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I love Wendy.
So congratulations, Wendy. We wanted to make it special.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for all you do. And then the second surprise we have, this is a woman I think that needs no introduction. She is probably one of the funniest people that many of you have met, certainly that I've met, but she's also one of the most passionate and caring and empathetic and thoughtful people that I've met. And I feel very lucky to have learned from her and call her a role model. She also happens to be the MC of today's event, and we could not surprise her with the SHEro Award because she's just much better at finding out about secrets than we are at keeping them. But we do have a little bit of surprise for her as well. Her name is Eliza Petra, and she should be getting some flowers too at the moment.
Aw, these are beautiful. These were my wedding flowers too.
We know.
We had some good help in both of your cases. We had some very supportive family members. So.
Pulling a fast one on me, so I'm sure they rose to the occasion.
So without further ado, I will let Liza take it away. She has the honor of getting to kick off the event and go through the honorees. So.
Oh, well, Megan, thank you so much. This is wonderful. I love, love, love. I was honored to be considered as an MC, and it's your words really mean so much. And I'm a little verklempt. I find myself getting a little emotional these days, but thank you. Thank you very much. It feels really nice. And I'm just incredibly honored to be the MC and be among these amazing women who I've had the chance to read through their stories. And I'm just so grateful to be able to present them. I do have some prepared remarks. I can speak off the cuff, but I tend to get in trouble when I do that. So I'm just now. So I'm just honored to present the inaugural recipients of the SHEros Awards. I'm sure this will go on in the future and should go on because there are so many heroes and SHEros and people doing great work every single day. And when I received the list of winners, I thought of a quote. It reminded me of a quote I love from Shonda Rhimes. And she says, "I am not lucky. You know what I am? I am smart. I am talented. I take advantage of the opportunities that come my way, and I work really, really hard. Don't call me lucky. Call me a badass." And I feel as though the women on this list are badasses. And I saw that Teresa Younger, who is one of my great mentors in SHEros, said in the comments that she was really happy I will celebrate badass women any day. Congrats. So I feel like we're all on the same page here. So I really enjoyed reading through the accomplishments of this inspiring group of women. This group represents students, current students to retirees, farmers to healthcare workers, childcare workers to advocates for the elderly, entrepreneurs to legacy business leaders, leaders of nonprofits, leaders of for-profits. And as Megan mentioned, each of these remarkable women has had her own journey, her own story that has contributed to her work. Whether it is one spun from the journey of becoming a mother, being inspired as a young person to find unique ways to help others through surviving a life-threatening illness, or moving mountains after the most unimaginable tragedy. But one common thread unites these women, and that is a commitment to make the world a better place. These awardees reflect compassion, determination, perseverance. I am really proud to be a part of recognizing their work. So let's get to the main event and these wonderful women. And we'll start with Branford. And I think we're going to see the slideshow, which is great because then we can all read together.
You said to start the video. Oh.
So a SHEro is defined as a woman or girl who inspires others through her actions. She is a person who leads with kindness, has a desire to help others, and is someone who is making a positive change in herself or for others in her community. I'll go to the next slide. I'm not sure I'm sharing this.
We're listening.
Dawn, can you go to the next slide?
Oh, try again. This is where I do the soft shoe and take, you know. Oh, here we go. Yay! There you go.
I hated my little hair.
Really love
I hated that. I don't like that photo. No, I love
Yay,
that.
Chelsea. Yay,
They're
Chelsea.
Chelsea Barron loves the community she lives in and works hard to support local nonprofits. Chelsea began her journey with Cans for a Cause with her cheerleading league fundraiser that donated to Smilo breast cancer research, close to my heart. Since then, she has continued on her own by donating to the Branford Counseling Center, or now the Branford Counseling and Community Services, led by he who shall not be named, Cosgrove Animal Shelter, the Community Dining Room, and Branford Compassion Club. Wonderful. Our next slide. There she is. Oh, go back.
There she goes.
Wendy DeLuca. There she is, Wendy DeLuca. As we know, with the surprise flowers, she's the program director of the Women and Family Life Center, and she is a resident of Branford, Connecticut. Wendy, I can say this because I know her and have had the pleasure of working with her, is both personally and professionally active and involved in the communities where she works and lives. She donates her time with the Alzheimer's Association, Feed Branford Kids, and the Branford Early Learning Center, in addition to her daytime job where she takes care of people every single day. Joanne Goldblum, wonderful person. She worked as a social worker and saw firsthand the lack of public assistance to purchase diapers for poor and low-income families. In response to this need, Joanne founded the Diaper Bank of Connecticut in 2004. The first distribution provided fewer than 5,000 diapers to 5 agencies, but since then, 20 million diapers have been distributed through their nationally recognized diaper distribution network. And that is so critical, particularly now when we know that one of the great costs of families with young children is the cost of diapers. And to be able to provide these for free allows people to put their resources in other areas. And I also want to just say that Joanne Goldblum was one of our first major and important donors to the COVID-19 Response Fund for Branford. So she has extended her philanthropy and her interest in the community beyond just the diapers, which is also important. So congratulations, Joanne. Diane Papacoda, also a colleague and someone that I've worked with, who is just very, very sweet and writes the sweetest grant applications, I have to say. They always make me cry. She is the director of the Branford Early Learning Center, leads this preschool, which is one of the only nonprofit preschools in Branford, with a commitment of love, learning, and diversity. Diane and her staff make sure each student feels safe, loved, and valued. In addition to her commitment to the children and families of BELC, she volunteers her time as a board member of the Community Dining Room and Branford Early Childhood Collaborative. Well deserved, Diane. Jenna, oh, I'm gonna destroy your last name. I should have practiced before. I'm gonna phonetically do it. Jenna Liusen. Oh, thank you. Oh, what was it? Corelliusen.
Yay, Jenna!
Congratulations. Thank you for correcting me very gently. I'm going to talk about you in the third person now. She is a senior at Morgan High School, is a role model for younger students. She is actively involved with REACT, the Drug-Free Student Leadership Club at Elliott and Morgan Schools, and Partners in Community, a community coalition group. Jenna helped produce a video that will be used at freshman orientation to inform parents what to do and not to do when discussing substance use with their children. And as a parent of a senior, I feel your pain in terms of finishing out your high school career in this matter, but I'm sure that you are resilient and strong and are looking forward to your next chapter. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Kelly Edwards, Clinton, Connecticut. Kelly Edwards is committed to creating programs and positive change for youth as a prevention coordinator for Clinton Partners in Community. Kelly educates the community about substance abuse, bullying, and other issues that affect youth. She inspires youth to help those in need through participating in community programs to empower and work with community members and school officials. That is excellent work. Congratulations.
Woo! Go Kelly.
Congratulations. Sherry Martini, in addition to having an excellent name, is an extraordinary volunteer who cares about helping her Shoreline neighbors. For the past 12 years, Sherry has driven from Clinton to volunteer at Charlie's Closet, near and dear to my heart. In fact, little known fact, now that when Charlie's Closet was much smaller than it is now, it was housed at the Women and Family Life Center. And we used to come to work some mornings and find portable toilets, canes, and other things on our patio. So I'm very glad that they now have a space of their own in Guilford. Useless trivia. Many days start out with a big smile and a hug for the staff, which is a great staff, and then she gets down to business. Sherry not only makes sure that the office runs smoothly for Charlie's Closet, but she also takes messages for Meals on Wheels, the Friendly Visiting Program, and the Guilford Food Bank, truly touching the lives of some of the most vulnerable in our communities. Congratulations, Sherry. Bobby Jo Evans. She is committed to helping people and animals on the shoreline. Bobby Jo lives in East Haven, has worked for a nonprofit for over a decade where she saw and sees firsthand the impacts of poverty, substance abuse directly. She started her own nonprofit, Tail to Paw Animal Support, to help people who are struggling with income keep their pets at home and healthy, recognizing that pets are often the companion that a person needs in order to feel less isolated and more connected. So her organization, Tail to Paw, not only provides food and supplies, but they also help with medical costs for these companion animals, such as vaccinations or to spay and neuter animals. Congratulations, Bobby Jo. Oh, Gabriela Garcia Perez, Guilford, Connecticut. Full disclosure, a friend of my daughter's. I've known her forever. This is well deserved. I would like to say something teasing to her, but I won't. I'm going to be very professional. Gabby is a founder of the Community Integration Mentoring Program. And also my daughter has been a part of that since the beginning and would love to do more. This unique program helps young New Haven English language learners to develop their English communication skills with the help of students from neighboring school communities, including Guilford. Gabby is also the co-captain of the Guilford soccer team that won states, by the way, and is secretary of the debate team and is a member of the Action Against Hunger Club. And I want to say that Gabby also decided with her college education, she's also a senior at Guilford High School, she felt so passionately about this program, she wanted to stay closer to home, which shows such a dedication. So congratulations, Gabby. Again.
Thank you, Liza.
Oh, Carrie Bishop Healy, Guilford, Connecticut. Carrie is a lifelong resident of Guilford. She has strong commitments to community service, both personally and professionally. I know that for certain because the Bishop Orchards recently donated to both Women and Family Life Center and the Guilford Foundation $6,000 that was raised to support folks who have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Carrie is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer of Bishop's Orchards Farm, Market, and Winery, a sixth generation family business. And that Bishop's, in addition to all of the other things that they've done, really pivoted in terms as soon as the COVID-19 hit so that they could match their business model to help people who couldn't shop and couldn't go into the stores. And that was incredible. It meant so much. And it was amazing that they were able to turn that around in such a short amount of time. But in addition to her day job, she's also coached the Special Olympics summer and winter teams for the past several years. And she is an active Guilford Rotarian and is on the board of the SHEro Foundation. Congratulations, Carrie. Jen Cruitt. Don't share your screen, please. Jen is a retired Wallingford educator and the founder of Women Recreating Retirement at Women and Family Life Center. It's a Guilford-based group of over 200 retired women who meet regularly to enrich their lives. This group allows local women to make new connections, find new outlets for their personal and professional skills, and have fun while contributing to the community. She is a force of nature. Anyone is lucky to have her in the corner, and I am pleased and blessed to have known her for so many years. Congratulations, Jen, well deserved. Shannon Gale, another long-time Guilford tour de force. She is the station manager for GCTV, where she has worked with groups and individuals of all abilities, including cognitive and physical limitations, to teach them the skills and technology of media production. Shannon is an amazing member of the community and has done so much. Congratulations, Shannon. Deb Heinrich. So Deb and I go way, way back. Deb has a passion for the environment and social justice, especially women's rights and empowerment, and she has been instrumental in the passage of many bills. Deborah was the Connecticut State Representative from our communities from 2006 to 2012, and she was appointed to the Governor's Cabinet as the liaison to the Connecticut nonprofit community and Director of Public Policy and Communications for the Connecticut Coalition to End Sexual Violence. This is very well deserved. I'm so happy to see your face in this award. Congratulations, Deb. Patricia McGuire. Patty McGuire is an advocate for the elderly and helping others. Patty was a dietitian at School for Children with Physical and Mental Challenges. She worked at Travelers, United Healthcare in the legal department, and volunteered at Southern Connecticut Agency on Aging, helping seniors obtain their benefits. Patty enjoys painting and is one of the founders of the Connecticut Shoreline Artists. Congratulations, Patty. Brittany, oh, here is another one I'm gonna not do very well in terms of the, okay, I'm gonna try. Brittany Obakoivitz Tasto, I'll just call her Brittany. From an early age, learned how to move forward in life by looking at the positive side of things. At the age of 2, she lost her father to ALS and has a sister with special needs. At Guilford High School, she was active on sports teams, part of the Youth Activation Council, and the Best Friends Club. Brittany's sister inspired her to advocate for individuals with disabilities, and she helped to facilitate the Spread the Word to End the Word, to help knock out the R word. Brittany also volunteered with therapeutic horse riding programs, and today she is an occupational therapy professional working with children of autism. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Brittany. Oh, there's me. So I was going to be modest and, self-deferential, but instead I just want to say thank you. I work really hard like the rest of you do, and sometimes women don't do a good job of acknowledging the work that they do. So thank you. I very much appreciate this award. Margie SHEro, another person who's done so much work in the community. She has spent 30 years, nearly 30 years, working for the Anti-Defamation League. She is a committed educator, mentor, friend, colleague, and change maker. Margie is committed to social justice, building bridges between groups of people, and is the creator of the anti-bullying program, Names Can Really Hurt Us. And her work has never been more important than it is today. Congratulations, Margie. Dr. Andrea Silber. Now, it's not HIPAA violation if I say that you're my doctor, right? So Dr. Silber is actually my oncologist as well, and I love her. Dr. Andrea Silber, a medical oncologist at Smilow Cancer Hospital at Yale New Haven, specializing in breast cancer, and serves as Assistant Clinical Director for Health Equity and Diversity. She is the founder of Own It, Oncologists Welcome New Haven into Trials, which is focused on increasing participation amongst minority communities in clinical trials to help remedy racial disparity in cancer outcomes. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Dr. Silber. Kristen Song, a woman who I've gotten to know only recently. Kristen Song made it her purpose to help others after experiencing the loss of her child, Ethan Miller Song. Over the past year, Kristen has led the change to pass Ethan's Law in Connecticut, to close a loophole on gun storage laws, and is working to pass similar law at the federal level. In addition, Kristen has fostered and found homes for over 100 abandoned dogs, a practice she did with Ethan and one that still carries forward. You're an inspiration. Thank you for all that you do. Janice Ward. Janice Ward helps to make a difference in the lives of many Guilford residents with her generous commitment to volunteer at Guilford Meals on Wheels and the Guilford Food Bank. Janice trains new drivers for the Meals on Wheels program and donates her time every week as a driver, making sure that hot meals and any special treats are delivered to local residents throughout the year. Wonderful work. It's helping the most vulnerable. Thank you, Janice. Killingworth. Mary Angus. Mary Angus is the director of Killingworth Nursery School. She has made an immeasurable impact on generations of families for over 30 years that she has worked at the school. Mary has provided safe, nurturing, and educational environment for hundreds of children. She has a genuine love for each family, a passion for what she does, and she appreciates the uniqueness of each child to help each one grow in their own way. Congratulations, Mary. Christine Willett from Killingworth is the founder of After the Storm Incorporated. She's a true warrior for cancer survivors. In 2009, after Christine Willett was treated for stage 2 breast cancer while she was pregnant with her second child, she founded After the Storm. Over $400,000 has been donated by the foundation to benefit integrative medicine programs that help cancer patients heal their mind, body, and spirit. Wonderful work and desperately needed. Congratulations, Christine. Lauren Kaplan from Madison. Lauren Kaplan, a senior at Daniel Hand High School, serves as a student liaison to the Madison Youth Family Services Board and is president of the School Feeding Club, where she volunteers at a soup kitchen in New Haven and the food pantry in Clinton. Lauren started the School Kindness Project, serves as a peer advocate since her freshman year, and was given the Leadership Award last year. Congratulations and best of luck next year, wherever your journey takes you.
Thank you.
Keelan Vergolto. I really am bad at these. I'm very sorry. Keelan is a junior at Daniel Hand High School, has commitment to positively impact people in her community. In March, she arranged for an exhibit from the Connecticut Women's Hall of Fame celebrating women's suffrage, along with a panel discussion about challenges that women still face. Keelan has continued the Tiger Tracks Buddy Track program for children with special needs that was founded by her sister in 2017. Congratulations, Keelan. Jennifer Chapman, also from Madison. Jennifer Chapman, founder of Mastering Motherhood, a group she created to educate, empower, encourage, and engage mothers of all ages and stages of motherhood. Their group now has 5 group locations throughout Connecticut, where mothers gather together to have brunch, pray, share stories, and break off into small groups to discuss motherhood in a judgment-free and supportive environment. Such an important service for new mothers. Thank you, Jennifer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Karen Helburn, I've spent some money at her store, is the owner of Just Hatched Baby Store in Guilford for over 20 years. She takes pride in offering excellent customer service and making life better for her team and their families. Karen inspires employees, many who are local female students, where this is often their first job, to be their best by teaching valuable business acumen and nurturing confidence with a mindful, mentoring business style. Karen actively supports several local charities and delivers food to homebound people for Meals on Wheels. Congratulations, Karen. Tara Henry, Madison, Connecticut. Last year, Tara Henry made a courageous decision about her future and made an impact on girls in the community in the meantime. After graduating Daniel Hand High School in 2019, she attended the University of Notre Dame and soon decided to take a gap year. Last fall, Tara became the Girls Coach Girls Run training intern for Women and Family Life Center, a program she participated in as a 4th, 8th, and 12th grader. She used this experience to mentor girls, train new coaches, and educate people in the community about the program, which holds a special place in my heart. So thank you for your contributions to that, and good luck where the future takes you, Tara. Katie Stein, Madison, Connecticut. Katie Stein is a certified child life specialist with Yale New Haven Hospital, is an advocate and provides support for children who are going through difficult times. She provides developmental and psychological interventions to children and families to help cope with stress and uncertainty during illness, injury, trauma, disability, and loss. Katie is also a child life disaster relief program manager who has traveled where disasters have occurred to implement programs to help children and families. So impressive. Thank you for this hard work, such critical work. Martha Wells Hoffman, also from Madison, Connecticut. Martha Wells Hoffman has worked tirelessly for the past decade to drill 62 water wells in villages and schools in Uganda that did not have any access to clean and safe water. Her leadership of a Madison-based nonprofit organization, Call to Care Uganda, along with civic, scholastic, and religious partnerships, has brought health, vitality, education, and hope to over 50,000 Ugandan citizens. Wonderful. Congratulations, Martha. Oh, Dolly Parton, my favorite. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. Well, congratulations again to each of these wonderful SHEros. Your compassion and leadership is especially crucial now during a pandemic that has wreaked havoc in our communities and has also shined the light on the systemic racism that pervades our society. We need women like you to keep the gas on the pedal as we press ahead for justice and equality for everyone. And this is a nice segue to introduce a woman who truly needs no introduction, but actually really deserves one. She is an original SHEro, U.S. Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. Connecticut is blessed to have Rosa, if I may, Rosa, representing us for nearly 30 years. Her parents instilled in her early the importance of public service, and she has dedicated her life to this mission. She truly cares about the well-being of people, which is evident throughout her career. Even before she was first elected to the House of Representatives, she had already established herself as a trailblazer, Prior to elected office, Congresswoman DeLauro was the executive director of Emily's List, which is an important organization existing today that seeks to elect more women into public office. And then she served as Senator Dodd's chief of staff. In the late 1980s, these positions of leadership were not commonly held by women. Rosa was first elected to Congress in 1990. During her first term, she was one of 33 women in Congress. Today, there are 127. This is a remarkable increase, but this improvement rings just a little hollow when we are reminded that there are 470 seats. So while women represent just over 50% of the general population, we represent only a quarter of the members of Congress. We've got some work to do. One thing that I've always loved about Congresswoman DeLauro is that she is true to her genuine self. Her style is legendary, and it adds to her authenticity. When she speaks, we know she is speaking her truth. She is passionate, and she is not afraid to fight for what is best for women and their families. And this is why she has such respect as a legislator, as a leader, as a person. She serves as an example for all of us of what is possible when we follow our passions, embrace who we are, raise our voice, and never back down from a fight against injustice. Senator Chris Murphy has been quoted as saying, "We have one rule, nobody follows Rosa." This is because her eloquent and passionate ability to speak is incomparable. I am very glad to be introducing her and not trying to sweep up after. Good luck with that, Megan. My friends, SHEros and SHEro supporters, please welcome Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro.
My God, thank you so much, Liza. My God, thank you so much for that introduction. It means so much to me. I wish I could be there in person, that we could all be in person together. This virus has changed every aspect of our lives. And just one comment, as I saw the slides and read the work that everyone has done. You know, it's the one word that, you know, all of our kids have used many times. You all are awesome. You are awesome. And so thank you so much for what you do. And Liza, the work that you're doing with the foundations, both Guilford, Branford, your former role at the Women and Family Life Center, we thank you for that. I say the same to Megan, Executive Director of the Women and Family Life Center. You left big shoes to fill there, my dear Liza. But I think that Megan has taken it on with her own passion and her own commitment. And I look forward to our work together, and look forward to our working with so many of you, who are being honored here today. To the two of you, I have to say, Liza, Megan, so much of your professional and your personal lives are dedicated to the advocacy, a policy, programs, services where you make a difference. You make a difference in the lives of women and girls. You encourage, you empower them to do well. So the two of you are SHEros, and I couldn't be prouder to be among all of you today. You went through the list of the partners who are involved: Women and Family Life Center, Guilford Foundation, Clinton Youth Services, Guilford Youth and Family Services, Madison Youth and Family Services, Branford Counseling. My God, what a coalition, what a strong coalition, so dedicated to making a difference in people's lives. And what an honor for me to be you said that this is an inaugural program, to be an inaugural speaker at the first ever SHEro Awards. I want to commend the Family and Women's Center. This is since 1991. You have served women and families on the Connecticut shoreline. You do it through programs, partnerships, advocacy, community engagement. You do it. You look to see that people are safe and affordable housing. You empower the building of community and confidence, and you grow women's freedom from violence and from harassment. So it is, and it's just so remarkable what you have accomplished and will continue to accomplish. You know, it's imperative that we are supporting women, families, and communities now more than ever. So I want to extend my deepest congratulations to the honorees who are doing just that in big and small ways, but vitally important. You again make opportunity real for people. You take care of the vulnerable and the needs of those who strive every day for a better life. Over 30 women and girls recognized today is really quite extraordinary. And I'm going to mention the names again. Dear friends amongst the folks there, Kristen Song, Joanne Goldblum, Deborah Heinrich, Liza Petra, Chelsea Barron, Wendy DeLuca, Diane Papagoda, Jenna Corella. I didn't get it the way you did it. You got it better than I did. Jenna Corelliusen, Kelly Edwards, Sherry Martini, Kristen Willett, Bobby Joe Evans, Gabriela Garcia Perez, Carrie Bishop Healy, Jennifer Cruitt, Shannon Gale, Patty McGuire, Brittany Aboykovich Testo, Margie Shapiro, Dr. Andrea Silber, Janice Ward, Mary Angus, Laura Kaplan, Keelan Vergolto, Jennifer Chapman, Karen Heilburn, Tara Henry, Martha Wells Hoffman, Katie Stein. And it's an extraordinary group of women, different areas of our region: Branford, Clinton, East Haven, Guilford, Killingworth, Madison, different phases of life, entering high school or college to entering retirement, come at the idea of service in so many different ways and following their different passions. They're on the ground, they're raising funds, raising awareness, turning the lights on each day, or lighting a spark in someone's life. These women do it all. They help patients thrive. They get animals adopted. They support young learners and English learners. They shield youngsters from gun violence. They feed the hungry. They enrich our seniors. They connect young people to a better life, and they connect communities. From social justice to racial justice to economic justice. From students, directors, founders, members, mentors, fundraisers, and leaders. These young ladies and these women represent the best of us, and they remind us of the responsibility that we have to the most vulnerable and the responsibility that we have to each other. Each one of you is a leader. Each one of you is a hero. Each one of you are SHEros. And you have your quote: woman or girl who inspires in others through her actions, a person who leads with kindness, has a desire to help others, and is someone who's making a positive change in herself and others for a community. My congratulations again to all of you. Today, our nation is in turmoil. For the last few months around the pandemic, we have been talking about how to get back to normal. However, what we can hear in the chants for justice and the cries for equality is that going back is not good enough. This tectonic moment exposes so many wrongs, deep inequality and racial wrongs, and that as we fight the COVID-19 virus that's before us now, we must also fight the virus of injustice. Each of you are the heroes we need in this moment. It is your acts of service that help to not only bind up the wounds that open in times like this, but to help heal them, to treat them, to strengthen the places that we call home and the nation that we call ours. We see your courage on the faces of women across the country. It is women who are on the front lines of this pandemic. And according to the National Women's Law Center, women are 75% of those workers in hospitals, 88% of psychiatric nursing and home health aides, 93% of child care workers, 80% of workers in general merchandise stores like Walmart and Target, 66% hotel, motel, and resort desk clerks, and 90% of people working in private households. In short, women are leading the way. They are carrying the economic weight of our country. I don't know if many of you saw the article that appeared in the New York Times on April 19th. It was on the front page, and it says, when it comes to essential, it is a woman's world today. And 1 in 3 jobs held by women has been designated as essential. Non-white women are more likely to be doing essential jobs than anyone else. The work they do has often been underpaid and undervalued. An unseen labor force that keeps the country running and takes care of those most in need, whether or not there is a pandemic. Women need to be paid equitably, and women need to be valued, and you demonstrate that. Sadly, women are bearing the brunt of an economic downturn. According to Reuters, in early May, and I quote, women accounted for 60% of the jobs lost in March and 55% of the 20.5 million jobs shed in April. And it is women who have led the way in moments of societal change. 3 women started Black Lives Matter. 2 trans women were leaders at the Stonewall riots that propelled the gay rights movement. And when I think about women who serve their community, I think of my mother, Louisa DeLauro. She is my hero. She left school at age 13 to work in my grandmother's pastry shop. She went to work in the old sweatshops in New Haven. She worked nonstop. She made dresses and shirt collars. And it was a time when, if you, in the needle trades, you can often get the needle of those power machines because you're moving so fast in your finger. And what you didn't do is to go and get a tetanus shot or go to the clinic. You just wrapped your hand in a cloth, because God help you if you got a drop of blood on the garment, because then you didn't get paid for it. My mom would go on to be New Haven's longest serving member of the city's Board of Alders, over 35 years of service. And at 103 years old, she passed away, and that was almost 3 years ago. But her powerful example still endures in my heart every day, and in the values that I hold dear and the actions that I take. 2 of the things that she taught me, and it's something all of you know about and practice, is that you never give up and that you don't take no for an answer. I know the women who are here today can tell so many stories of their own, of the women who fought for their families, for their communities, who fulfilled their ambitions and encouraged us to keep breaking down the barriers. And what brings me so much joy, so much hope, and so much optimism is that each of you are carrying on those legacies. You are carrying the torch. You carry it proudly. You carry it bravely. in a new moment when your courage is just what the doctor ordered. I have served for 30 years in the United States Congress, and I have seen firsthand the effect of women in leadership and the effect they can have on our country. In 1993, women came together, Democrats and Republicans, to pass legislation requiring that all clinical trials sponsored by the National Institutes of Health include women and minorities. And before, almost all medical research was on male subjects. In 2010, we passed the Affordable Care Act, and you no longer pay extra for being a woman or for preventive care like mammograms. In 1994, we passed the Violence Against Women Act. Domestic violence has dropped by over a half since. We still have much to do, since 1 out of every 4 women suffer severe physical violence by an intimate partner. What you see, though, most of all, is a change in the agenda and what women bring to the table. Equal pay, women's health, domestic violence, paid leave, paid sick days, childcare, economic empowerment were once fringe issues, and now they are at the center of our public discourse. With the most women in the history of the US Congress, we have secured for the first time ever in federal law paid family and medical leave and paid sick days. But there is more to do because the law as passed leaves out far too many, as much as half of the private workforce here in Connecticut. And that was due to the last minute revisions. By guidance, I call it corporate friendly guidance from an administration's labor officials at the US Department of Labor, and we must do better. But as I said, we see what is possible. Oftentimes I'm asked by the press, don't you work in an institution that is dominated by men? Yes, that's a crazy question. It's true. But our numbers are stronger. And yes, it's about the numbers and you want to have and the majority that you want to have. But the most important piece is that when women are at the table, we set the agenda, we make the difference, and we change public policy, which is what you are doing. And let me close. I want to leave you with the words of service and action that continue to inspire me to this day. In 1933, my mother wrote in her Democratic Ward newsletter a charge for women everywhere. She said, and I quote, "It is not my intention to be critical. Rather, my motive in writing this article is to encourage the female members of this organization to take a more active part in its affairs. We are not living in the Middle Ages when a woman's part in life was merely to serve her master in her home, but we have gradually taken our place in every phase of human endeavor, and even in the heretofore stronghold of the male sex, politics. I have noticed that the girls, unlike the men, are timid in asserting themselves, and many a good idea is lost, having been suppressed by its creator. Come on, girls, let's make ourselves heard." Yes, we have made ourselves heard. You have made yourselves heard, and we will continue to make ourselves heard. My mother's generation, my generation, and now this generation, carrying the torch, building the bridge, improving our communities. Thank you all for being SHEros. It is your leadership that makes our country exceptional. It is your service that makes our community better. It is your heart that will redeem this nation. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this amazing event today. God bless.
true to form, Rosa, your Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, you are a hard act to follow. So in closing, I will just echo, first thank Congresswoman DeLauro for her time and her words and her passion and all of her hard work. I think actually also Senator Murphy used to say when I used to be a young staffer for him, if Congress had 100 more Rosa DeLauros, we'd be in much better shape as a country. So thank you for all the work you're doing. And to Liza, thank you for emceeing, for all the work you've done. I don't think there's a project anywhere on the shoreline that doesn't have you behind it. So thank you so much for all the good works that you do for our communities. And I'll just close by echoing what Congresswoman DeLauro said. So being a SHEro, we are so excited to honor you, but that comes with a responsibility. And the responsibility that I will charge every single person on this Zoom event with is to go forward and help lift up other voices. So make sure that you are getting your voice heard, but make sure that you're also lifting up somebody else that needs some help in raising their voice in their platform. So as the inaugural class, I do hope that next year you will be submitting somebody to be nominated and showing that you are also supportive, because we haven't gotten to where we are without the generations that have come before us, and we certainly have a lot more work to do. So I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. I thank you all for joining, and congratulations once again to all of the SHEro awardees, and enjoy the weekend, but also remember that this honor does come with that responsibility. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless.